Welcome everyone to an excellent short bid showdown between Matthew as the Ogre Kingdoms going up against Samarak as Grand Cathay. Now we're going to be playing on the Vampire Forests, and look at the size of this Grand Cathay force. Really wide, starting at the front here with 5 units of the Jade Warriors with the sword and shields, coming here with the double silver chevron, 47 melee defense, as they are going to be bolstered from the harmony of Yang, which is really going to make this nice tanky front line. 5 units of the bonus first large peasant long spearmen, really dotted on the flanks and in the front, really bolstering and giving some extra kind of levels of force here, protection up against the double grand cannons, double of the Celestial Dragon crossbows, and then also the buffed Crane gunners. So in the middle we are going to have bucket loads of armor piercing here for the Celestial Dragon crossbows, 80 models of just pure armor piercing rage that can be leaped into the sky with 160 range. These bad boys really do bring the DPS to the battlefield. So for the Lord choice, we are going to have the Dragon Blooded Lord of Yin. This bad boy is going to have the Arcane Conduit, the Will of the Dragons, and the Power of Yin with the spells of the Ancestral Warriors, which I'm a huge fan of here up against the Ogre Kingdoms, and then also the Storm of Shadows. In the back here, 3 units of the Peasant Horsemen, really bringing that mobility, and then also a bit of mass to the battlefield, so it can really help protect up against the Saber Tusks, or maybe even these big chunkuses. Now we can see in the front, we are going to have the Hunter on a Stonehorn. Matthew going big or going home here. He is going to be having the Noblar Thiefstone here for the bad boy, and that's going to be it. So that's going to be giving him that unspottable and ward save, so he can be kind of negating all of that incoming damage. In the front, we are going to have 4 units of the Noblars, 2 here on the right, 2 on the left. And for the main battle force on the right, 1 of the Saber Tusks, double Ogre Balls, and then also double Ogre Ball Iron Fist. And the Iron Fist is going to be giving that +8 melee defense and a bronze shield with a little bit of added armor. So it just makes him a little bit tankier and, a little bit better in melee combat. But cannon fire is going to be coming into the front, and that is going to be a ginormous pain here for the Iron Fists. So on the left-hand side, 2 more Iron Fists, 2 more of the regular Ogre Balls, and then the Lord choice here of the Slaughtermaster. Here with the Blood Cleaver, so we can heal in melee combat. And then also here with the Troll Guts, Bone Crusher, and extra ingredients. So nice, cheap, and cheerful. Over on the left, we are going to have the second of the Hunters, and I really like this one. It is going to be the one that doesn't have the Noblar Thiefstone, but it is going to have some great protection here from the heal and the stone in the back. Also backed up by a bit of mobility here of the Saber Tusks. 70 weapon strength, 36 charge bonus, making these bad boys incredibly powerful with 95 speed. So you're going to be fighting to the front. I love the sound of those cannons. Just reminds me of the Dwarfs of old in Warhammer 2. But we do see the Iron Fist charging forward. The Shield Breaker has been activated. And that's actually going to be reducing the amount of resistance they can have from incoming missiles. But they're going to be getting destroyed here in the front. Down to 3,800. And it looks like here we're going to be down to 13 models, 10 models, 8 models. And they break. Really quick stuff. In the front, we are going to have the Hunter. He's going to be charging for big gaps here in the middle. So new players kind of make this mistake quite a lot. They have quite a few gaps here in the pocket. Anybody that plays Dwarfs will know that this here is criminal in a slow force, just as Grand Cathay. Now what we need to do here is the Lord choice. We need to use that slow effect on the Hunter and start getting some cavalry forward, start blockading the big Hunter, get some mass in there just to stop him from moving, and then really start shredding him with the double Celestial Dragon crossbows and then also the Crane gunners. We have enough DPS and armor piercing on the battlefield that we can really shred the big Hunter. But he's going to get through the pocket unscathed, and now he's going to be charging into the back up against 1.2k of the Crane gunners. Only 18 melee defense, 30 armor here for these bad boys, and this thing is anti-infantry armor piercing. It's going to be wrecking the back line, and look at that, one little charge is going to be doing about 40% damage here up against 1.k units. So we do see here in the back the Noblars charging forward, Ogre Ball Iron Fist meeting into the front line, but it looks like here if they lose a lot of the infantry here with the Noblars, it's going to really struggle to dissipate the damage, and it's all going to go here on the Ogre Ball Iron Fists. So it looks like here the Celestial Dragon crossbows, the targeting is going to be on the Noblars. Bit unfortunate, I really would like to see them on the Ogre Balls. And here we go, the secondary line is going to have the Hunter on the left-hand side. He's going to charge up against the Grand Cannon, doing some nice work. And now he's in and amongst these Celestial Dragon crossbows, which is really not very good here. We have the Iron Fist in the back, really compromising these key tools. And Matthew is starting to shred the back line very efficiently. In the middle, we are going to be having Ogre Balls charging onto the Peasant Long Spearmen. Not good there for the Ogre Balls. Really good trade there coming from Samarak. And we have the Sword and Shield infantry fighting up against the Ogre Balls. Now, they do struggle up against armor, but they have enough weapon strength here they can really make it count. In the middle, we do have the Hunter running away here from the Peasant Horsemen. Need to get these in the front, fighting and kind of creating a barrier here for the Celestial Dragon crossbows. Because in the back here, the Hunter is just going and causing havoc. Big explosion. Oh my god, that was 60% damage there up against the Peasant Long Spearman. That Bone Crusher coming down from the Slaughtermaster of the Great Maw was absolutely terrifying. Now, if he comes across the fight here up against the Dragon-Blooded Lord of Yin, I think he would win. He's going to be having healing on his side. The Lord Choice here really doesn't have any buffs in melee combat, but here we go. We have the Stormy Old Ones. We have the Ancestral Warriors with their ethereal status in the pocket. They're going to be fighting very strong indeed, and they're going to be shredding with that anti-large armor piercing up against the Ogre Balls. We do see the Iron Fist. They do drop here. Peasant Long Spearmen are incredibly cost efficient in this matchup, and we have Saber Tusks in the back fighting up against the Peasant Horsemen. In the middle, the Hunter is going to have the Storm of Shadows on him eventually, so he is going to be slowing down, but he's still going to be about that charge bonus, kind of negates any of those speed. Oh my god, it's just bowling here in the middle, shoving over so many of these Celestial Dragon crossbows, just really ripping through the unit and causing terror, and now we have pushed off the Dragon crossbows. The Horsemen in the back are going to be kind of really struggling to find a place called home, and we do have a lot of Peasant Long Spearmen in the pocket. Over here on the left-hand side, it looks like we are going to get an ability here of the Bone Crusher. Hopefully we can do a lot of damage. That is so much damage up against the Jade Warriors. We actually managed to hit that in the middle there of the unit. That probably could have wiped it out there, maybe even broke it. But the Slaughtermaster, he's going to be doing some really nice work. And now we do have the Lord Choice summoning here in the pocket with a beautiful summon, I must say so. The animations in this game are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely nobody can take that away here from CA. But the Ancestral Warriors are going to be in the middle. We are actually going to get the slow here of the Storm of Shadows, but we are going to pop the extra ingredients, so we are going to be getting extra mana here on the battlefield. He is going to be isolated, so we really want to get the Ogre Balls here and the Iron Fist in to fight. We do actually have the big Stonehorn Hero Hunter here fighting in the middle, really ripping apart a lot of the infantry, causing them to kind of fall over, just be a general nuisance in total, and just getting in and doing all that good damage. Balance of power is going to be even. In the back here, we do have Crane Gunners on the ridge. They're going to be fighting. This is where actually Saber Tusks really could have come in quite handy in the later stages. We do actually have some Celestial Dragon crossbows. They're going to be facing in the wrong direction. Really want to get these in the front and start firing as quickly as possible. Taking down these big stone horns is very, very important. Ogre is going to be finishing off the front line. We have Iron Fist chasing the back. 54 speed is just incredible here for monstrous infantry. In the middle, we actually terrified the Slaughtermaster. That's actually rather surprising because he's incredibly healthy. He's going to be at 4,900 HP, and the fact he's got terrified is a little bit weird here. I'm not gonna lie, but we do actually have the Hunter in the back. Troll Guts has been activated on him, so some really, really good healing. He's going to push away and try and come back at a later stage. Nobler's going to be fighting in melee combat. We're actually going to clean up the left-hand side, but we need to get in the back here up against the Celestial Dragon crossbows. Also here, the Crane Gunners, and here we go. The Saber Tusks are charging in the back. You can run, but you certainly can't hide here up against the bad boys. They're too fast. So we shatter there, so we need to get these back in the middle here, fighting up against the crossbows. And maybe we could clean up this force, but it looks like balance of power is going to be pulling in Matthew's favour. A lot of the infantry now is going to be breaking. Stonehorns really providing that terror is certainly going to be a nightmare for sure. So we're going to push through the middle, and now the Lord Choice really has no use. It's going to be on foot fighting here. It doesn't have terror. It's only going to be having that slow. No summons here, unfortunately. So it's going to be a little bit... It's not really going to be very useful here, I'm going to say. The Slaughtermaster with the Great Maw going to be fighting. It will actually beat down this Lord Choice in melee combat. Obviously, not being on the Great Longmire really does nerf the Lord Choice. In the middle, the Peasant Long Spearmen just going to be holding. It looks like we have some charging Ogre Balls. The Iron Fist actually do a 44 charge bonus, so they can really get in, even up against brace units with the Ogre charge. They're just going to do an incredible amount of thumping damage on contact, and it can break units in a matter of seconds. But the Ogre Ball Iron Fist really have come to the end. They're going to be down to about 200 HP, and they shatter there, unfortunately. And so yeah, it's pretty close. We do actually have the Slaughtermaster using extra ingredients here to get some more mana on the battlefield. Fighting in the back is going to be the Hunter up against the Peasant Long Spearmen, and then we have Saber Tusks just clearing up the backside. So we do actually have the Peasant Horsemen trying to see if they can aid the backside. They might be able to push off the Saber Tusks. They did get the push there. They did get the charge bonus. He's really close. If they don't clear them up in the back here, we are actually going to be able to push off the Dragon Crossbows. Push off the Dragon Crossbows, there's nothing here that can really take down the Hunters. Balance of power is going to be hugely in the Ogre Kingdom's favour. And there we go, a big Bone Crusher in the back doing lots of damage up against the Peasant Long Spearmen. And I believe that's going to be army losses. So GG's and well played here to Matthew going up against Samrek with a fantastic game here. Both sides bringing some excellent stuff indeed. We are going to have the Slaughtermaster coming in at 680, 1,800, 2,300 for the Hunter, with 270, 0, 160 and 280 for the Iron Fists. 1,200, 900 for the Saber Tusks, with 240, 400, 240 and 250 for the Ogre Balls. 270, 93, 54, and 66 there for the Noblars. And then coming in for Samarek, 105, 411, 330 there for the Celestial Dragon Crossbows, with 600, 600, and 377 for the Crane Gunners. So as I said in the beginning, the Stonehorns, they needed to slow, you needed to use your mass, and of course you weren't going to be able to protect the backside of your force very well up against the Grand Cannons, but I think here this is a little bit too much of an overinvestment into your range. Having double Grand Cannons plus Crane Gunners plus double Celestial Dragon Crossbows, the DPS is very high, but of course that's a lot to protect, and you really didn't have much here that was really going to kind of withstand. Maybe just bringing some halberds to the battlefield would have been quite nice, or the Regiment of Renown, maybe could have been certainly a good choice for Grand Cathay. But yeah, for the rest of the force, 350, 350, 350, 490, and 350 there. So yeah, pretty consistent across the line. 290, 311, and 160, with 660, 450, 12, 740, and 480. So you can see here the Peasant Long Spearmen going to be actually more cost efficient than the double silver of the Jade Warriors. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do apologise, I've still got those torn muscles in my traps and in my lats, so I'm really struggling with the casting at the moment, but hopefully you guys still really enjoyed this one. Still trying to get out the daily content, or be trying to get it out every single day. So if you did enjoy this, please smash that like button, feel free to leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. We do have some big stuff coming forward. I was going to be doing some live streams, but of course being injured has really kind of hampered that. Once I get back, we'll be going back with the live streams, getting more on here with the Landbattle tournaments, domination tournaments, etc. So please guys, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon.